Good morning, everyone. This is Shekhar Singh, Municipal Commissioner, Pimpri Chinchwad Municipal Corporation, or what we also call as PCMC. First of all, apologies from my side. I had to be present for the induction ceremony that was scheduled today, but unfortunately, due to some very emergent situation in PCMC, I had to stay back. But I had a word with Dr. Singh also, and we decided that I'll send across a quick short video message to address all my young friends who are entering the institute today. In both the schools, Symbiosis Institute of Geoinformatics and Symbiosis Institute of Computer Science Studies and Research as well. So first of all, huge congratulations to all of you for being part or for beginning to get part of this really great institution. Symbiosis has been achieving various levels in education. That is something that I need not even mention. All of you are much aware about that. But I think the fact that Symbiosis could come up with a totally new institute on geoinformatics and also on computer studies and research also speaks volumes about the kind of technological the credence on the technological advancement that Symbiosis Institute or Symbiosis whole group has placed on it. Geoinformatics increasingly play a very important role, especially if you look at it from government perspective. I think it's beginning to play a very huge role going forward. From PCMC side, for the past 2 years, we have been working on a GIS-based ERP program where our entire ERP, both SAP and non-SAP, all the core modules and the non-core modules of PCMC, which means all the services that PCMC gives. So we have about 25 non-core modules and we have 6 SAP core modules. All of them are being integrated on a GIS platform. We have more than 340 GIS layers, amongst the largest such repository of GIS layers in an urban body. And we are now integrated with Gati Shakti also on both VFMS, WFMS and WMS, both backward and forward integration with Gati Shakti portal. Geoinformatics also takes a credence and a very important role in various use cases, especially in the urban areas but also in the rural areas. Maharashtra has a very strong capacity as far as geoinformatics is concerned, especially in the government sector. The Swamitva scheme, which was started in Maharashtra, has been now scaled up across India, and that is something that is a proud moment for Maharashtra as well. It was something that Settlement Commissioner Chokalingam sir started when he was a Settlement Commissioner. Swamitva scheme basically meant providing land titling to the Gauthan areas or the houses in the village. Up till now, since independence till now, we never had any property cards or record of rights for people living in villages. We always used to have for areas outside the Gauthan, or what we called in Maharashtra as Satbara or agricultural land. But for houses in the villages, no record of right existed. Swamit was the first scheme which, based on the drone data, could actually map, and almost about 6 lakh villages across India are being mapped now. The first pilot and the first rollout happened in Maharashtra. It was a scheme that Maharashtra government started and was adopted by the government of India and is being implemented throughout the country now. Similarly, PCMC, last year we started the drone mapping of our properties. We used to take satellite data, but the satellite data that we had, the accuracy was much lesser. The accuracy that I now have with drone mapping is almost about 3 centimeters, because of which in the past 1 year we have been able to find unassessed properties. So when we started the drone survey, our total number of properties was 6.25 lakh. After the drone survey ended and after we could map each and every property, give them a unique property ID based on the drone image footprint after ortho rectification, we could find almost 2.7 lakh unassessed properties which were never there in my data before. So that's the kind of strength that geoinformatics can play for a city. So my properties increased from 6.25 lakh to almost about 9 lakh currently. And this has resulted into a revenue increase of almost about 350 crore and arrears, because these properties have not been paying property tax for the past 4 to 5 years. So we're going to charge arrears also for them. So those arrears would exceed about 600 crore. So that's a net profit year on year of about 250 to 300 crore and arrears of about 700 crore, which is a good huge figure as far as property tax collection for PCMC is concerned. And this is just scratching of the surface. Going forward, we are also overlaying our GIS layer of blue line, red line onto the drone mapping and trying to ascertain which structures have come up illegally in the blue line. And this we intend to do every year, probably every 6 months, so that we get to know through area matching software, compare the image of the last year and this year and understand which structures have come up which are in illegality of the blue line. Similarly for encroachment, and the number of use cases that you can think about is absolutely endless. The drone survey that we recently conducted was granular enough, where the data was fine enough to give us data of even my sewerage chambers, and I could actually map 84,000 sewerage chambers throughout the city, number them, and now we've begun to undertake preventive maintenance for these sewer chambers also. So all in all, I think there's a huge scope of geoinformatics in the system, especially in the government system. I would not claim to speak much for the private sector, but private sector has been using it for a number of years. So I think the future is absolutely wide open for all of you. Would also request some of you to probably start working as interns with us. Would be taking this topic forward with Dr. Yeravadekar also, the Vice Chancellor for Symbiosis, and also the Dean, Mr. TP Singh as well, how we can collaborate with the Institute and get bright students like you as interns in PCMC. Moving forward, the data sciences also is one of the courses for which the students are getting inducted today. Data science again is something which is very critical for the government. As far as data is concerned, government is the biggest generator of data amongst any entity that you can think of. But the problem is that we've not been using data enough for decision making, for inferential analysis, for data analytics, for predictive analysis, etc. PCMC has taken it a step ahead. We've begun to use property taxation data to begin with about 2.5 years back. When we started to use data in a property tax department, we had to undertake a massive data cleaning drive, but based on that, we could use that data for better communication. We could use that data for targeted communication, the way that Metas and LinkedIn's of the world do it through your social media account. And moving forward, we have now initiated a project called City Hub for Data and Communication, where we are expanding this project that we started from Property Tax Department across 8 departments and trying to leverage data on various platforms. And data is absolutely something that is an infinite sea for the government. The more we are digging into it, the more better insights that we are getting. We'll give you a very quick example. We analyze about 3.5 lakh grievance data on PCMC's Smart Sarthi app for the past about 5 years, and it has begun to throw very interesting data. So for example, I've got to know that my largest complaints are coming from drainage department, and from the drainage department also 75% of those complaints are coming for only 4 areas of the city. So rather than doing the firefighting of the grievance redressal, we've now begun to deploy additional resources for these 4 areas from where we are getting the maximum complaints, and we are undertaking preventive maintenance of our chambers, preventive maintenance of our drainage lines. What this will do in due course of time is that the number of complaints would drop, and rather than just firefighting, we'll be able to apply our minds based on the grievance data and then fix the problem in the long run, so that there are no complaints only to begin with. Similarly, for the areas where I'm getting complaint, for example, for the street lights not working, I'm trying to pin the blame and penalize my contractors who've been given the task of maintaining the street lights in that particular area, because if they are doing their job properly, the complaint should not be coming. And if the flow of the complaints is more from a particular area, that means that the contractor from that area needs to be pinned down. Similarly, we are also collecting data for potholes, for example, using an automated vehicle with sensors, which catches the data also through image detection using some bit of machine learning tools. And we are beginning to take this data to try and map which roads we have potholes, so that again we can penalize the contractors based on when that road was constructed and whether that road lies in the defect liability period or not. So this cross intersection of data is something which is very important. Our end aim is A, to first standardize the process of data collection in PCMC across departments, B, to index that properly, C, for departments to be able to cross-reference this entire data after once we've created a data lake, so that every department can through indexation cross-reference data from the other department, so that then you can use it at a cross-sectional basis also, and also for the predictive and inferential analysis for that particular department. And as I said, the sea is the limit. I think the more we imagine, the lesser it is. So again, as I said, for geoinformatics, I would also invite your data science students also to probably start interning with us, start helping us with use cases. And I'll be happy to collaborate with the institute as a whole in both geoinformatics and data sciences, so that the city can also benefit and the students can also get exposure to real life problems. Because going forward, no matter wherever you go, such experiences of working with public bodies is something that will be very, very enriching for you. Once again, congratulations to all of you for having been admitted to Symbiosis. It's a very prestigious institute. You are in absolutely great hands. And both these fields of data sciences and geoinformatics is something which is on the horizon, which has a great, great prospect. So congratulations to all of you. Best of luck for your future endeavors. Thank you, and apologies once again that I could not be present there physically. Thank you.